Alright guys, we're gonna get started about 4 minutes here. I got a little bit of time to give you guys a nice analysis today. Some interesting things in the charts. I'm not gonna have a webcam on today. Unfortunately, it's not working at the moment. I gotta restart my computer, so well. But yeah. Interesting time, it's going back and forth. People are playing around, like in terms of like longing and shorting, whether this is a local top. There's some cases to make for both sides, but it does kind of seem like we did hit somewhat of a local top here, at least in my view. Patience is a virtue. I meant to do a really small like starter short, made it a little bit bigger than I intended, unfortunately, so kind of stuck in that a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Even if it does get stopped out, I'm still profitable on the five, for started with about $4,900 that kind of been playing around with. So market likes to play games with you. It wouldn't surprise me if we have a couple more FOMO wicks up. It does happen a lot. However, I don't think you'll get very far above like 23K without having a significant pullback here, just based on how the market is. But I want to wait to explain more of this stuff to you guys once everybody gets in. There is one relatively strong sign that we're going to have at least somewhat of a pullback here. But yeah, it's the game of crypto. It could always go either way. They say thank you. I haven't been watching these streams. I made a profit the other day by 42%, so I'll definitely. But yeah, awesome, man. Thanks so much, Tom XBT. Appreciate that. Appreciate the positive comment. I try to do the best I can. What's up, hyena? Are hyenas allowed? I forget what are they. Yeah, they're allowed, right? Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, with the Tom Brady that hype video from a few years ago when they got killed, or not got killed, but just kind of embarrassed themselves in the playoffs against the Titans. Had hyenas in it. That was a weird hype video. Yeah, like you know that psychologically that just messed up. And then Brady wins the Super Bowl the year after, so yeah, it's not. He always finds a way. It is a Friday. Fridays are always harder to trade too. The weird stuff goes on the weekends too. Less volume, so yeah, doing well. Let's see here. 50 seconds. I should put on. Let me type on Twitter. I'm gonna be live. Boris Johnson resigned, I believe it was yesterday. I'm surprised that isn't bigger news than it has been, I guess, in America. We don't really care, but still, I mean, they do, well, the last person to resign was, what's his face? Alrighty, what is up, guys? Having Aldo here. He was forced to resign. I guess it's different. It's easier for them to have to resign anyway. You guys probably don't care about that, but it just makes it more likely that all the markets are going to go down and everything. Anyway, let's look at So latest trades right now, did a short that isn't doing too well in this, trying to catch the top here, which is always hard, to catch any type of top. I mean, entered it over here on some money flow crossovers. There was one on the 22-minute, which looked pretty good as well, combined with the 6-hour. There were some good signs. Probably should if it was half, but it's still, even if it gets stopped out, you're still probably going to be, these will make up for it, these longs, and you'll probably be good added to them. So those are the latest in the exclusive Discord. Not right all the time. Funding fees, they were more positive, like we're a little bit more positive before. Ethereum still negative, so it is indicative of you might have a little bit more of a short squeeze here. I think it's a lot of just a bull and bear fight right now. The main bearish argument I would say right now would be, let's make this a little bit bigger so you guys maybe get a better view here. The main bearish argument I would say right now is, look at the split RSIs on the 10-hour right here, and look historically. Every time you get them split and they start to curve down, you get something out of it. Back here you didn't get the dump we were waiting for. You probably stopped out a lot of these for bullet time and stopped out a lot of these shorts and then went down. That's what happens a lot. So now it's curving down. It does look very similar to this. History rhymes, it doesn't always repeat. So it wouldn't surprise me if you do get some wicks up to like maybe this area, 23 or something. It wouldn't surprise me too much. That could be a local top. Also, what I would look at here for kind of the, let's go on the 6-day, kind of the bullish case. This is, some people probably wouldn't give this much credence because it happened so long ago, but like this green dot here, you just got into the some green wicks up, and we almost saw that yesterday for a tiny bit. Now it's kind of gone. That happens around 22, so you would have to probably close the candle around 22 or 23 for that to happen. There is a decent case for that to happen. That could definitely overpower the overpower the RSIs coming down, the split RSIs coming down on the 10-hour. So that's that. Weekly green dot is still there. In terms of how price normally goes, it's not too often. You just pop up all the way to 23 or 24K here. You'd expect to have a little bit of a pullback. Something like this would make at least a little bit of sense here. Back to 20K or something. That would make a lot of sense. In terms of how we see price normally move in these markets. Your VWAP has been above the 0 line for a while on the 10-hour and is starting to curve down. So the other thing too you got to be careful with if you're shorting, there could be some wicks up above here. There definitely could be some wicks up, some scam wicks to liquidate all the shorts going in, because a lot of people are going to be shorting. Your 5-hour, the RSIs are curving downward, so that's kind of your bearish case a little bit. The last time they were this high and curving downward, yeah, that would make for kind of the bearish case there. Also there, however, money flow coming up and VWAP coming up, that's more of the bullish case. There's conflicting things. There's always going to be. We'd be billionaires pretty quickly if there wasn't. Your 2-hour is really overheated. You may get a green dot here, but I don't know if it will really amount to much. And hour is kind of in between. Your half-hour is where you're about to get a red dot here. No significant divergence, past this one, really. So this would have been kind of, a place to look to go short. You weren't really hitting any probably a fib level or something had to be there, but spider line at that area. So yeah, and that's curving downward. 24-minute, you confirmed a red dot. You're coming out with the money flow. This has been choppy here, but the last time curved, this has been really choppy. There to there didn't work too well for a short. It came down a little bit. Could be like that, or could give us something better, especially with the split RSIs and the 10-hour as I've been talking about. So yeah, it kind of is. We're in an interesting position here, very interesting position. Your 10, 15 kind of neutral in between there. Every time, lately we've been coming this deep into the red, it signals bottom and we pump some more. That ain't gonna work. It's eventually not gonna work. You see, right from this one, it's eventually gonna bring us down a bit. So could be here, could definitely be here. That's Bitcoin right now. Let's look at, some of the, because I'm going on Paul Barron a little bit. We're gonna talk about you know, some stuff there for the people that aren't as, you know, a lot of that audience isn't as familiar with market ciphers, so you gotta dumb it down a little bit. Some of them are, I mean, it depends, but look right here on your 10 days. So I think, you know, with this green dot, I'm not entirely convinced we hit a bottom yet at 17K. I think it's possible, definitely possible. I mean, every market, every bear and bull market is going to be a little bit different. There's always surprises. I do think it is possible we hit a bottom, but I think it's going to be more so something like this once you get this green dot, where you get some green wicks upward. You get some green wicks upward, but it doesn't amount to too much. Maybe reject off of. Some people are saying 28K. That's a little bit of a stretch in my opinion. I think 24, you know, 23, 24K, 25K is more likely. Reject off of there, but we could easily in between come back to 20K before that happens. You're more likely, I think, to see something more like this choppy sideways, or this choppy sideways, or this choppy sideways, or this choppy sideways. We haven't had that in a while. We've just been coming down. It's just straight down. So that's what we're looking at right there. 8-day as well. I mean, it definitely, I do think there's a, could be like this. This would be one of your more of a bottom indicator. Money flow isn't exactly, I don't know, it is kind of where it was in terms of money flow. Money flow was a bit deeper now, and you're getting the green dot. However, you know, based on how things are moving, I don't know if exactly it would be convincing enough that we have hit a bottom. Some people think it'll be a convincing bottom, like I know BitBoy thinks that. I mean, is there ever a convincing bottom? I mean, were people really convinced that this was the bottom? I wasn't, you know, really into it too much at this point. Were people really convinced that this was the bottom? To a certain extent, probably with a 300-week moving average. So yeah, and let's see here. Weekly, yeah, same deal, green dot. This got a little bit weird, a little choppy. Came up, came back down, which is kind of what I'm expecting this summer to be like, a little bit more choppy. We're already on July 8th here, so yeah. Also, we could take a look at the monthly here. I mean, monthly would be interesting to take a quick look at here because, you know, every time you got that green dot marked your bottom, I believe the minimum time frame for that to work here was your 10-day, but really your 16-day would be, you know, any low dot, any more low dot here worked every time. That one. If you can get it here, it would kind of be a little bit lower with the money flow. It would be at the level where we're almost kind of bottoming out here. So that is kind of a good sign if we do get it. I mean, look, RSIs were, yeah, RSIs did come a bit lower, you know, when you did, they were about the same, kind of, would be a nice indication there. It's an interesting market. I mean, there are cases both ways here. I'm one of the people who don't, you know, I think it's going to be hard to really tell. You know, some people would probably be saying it was the bottom, but I think it's going to be more like where when we were at the top here, where, you know, some people were saying at the top, I was calling for bearish things to happen there, but I didn't think it would, you know, come down this quickly, this fast. I thought there was a strong case to have one more top pattern upward after this, but no, we couldn't get that. And that was just, you know, erased by this blood diamond here. In terms of psychology charts, a lot of them would have you bottom out between 10 to 12K around here. Depression, anger phase. Although it does kind of feel like the anger phase in the past few weeks on, you know, how people have been reacting to this market. You know, Celsius going down, everything like that. So, yeah, goes either way. Let's take a quick look at the chat, or take a look at this trade. Well, the pandemic lows were 3.9K. So yeah, we were market cipher veterans. Awesome, Ryan. How goes the battle? Sharks. All right, guys. Yeah, smash the like button. Let's get a few more likes in this. Let's take a quick look at ETH. ETH, you're also hitting, you know, you're hitting a major point right here, kind of a major. I mean, we could adjust this a little bit. Either way, you're hitting some type of big point. This one you wouldn't be. You got a little bit more gas in tank with this one, but let's see this one right there. I mean, it is a little bit subjective. It's kind of the same deal. You know, look at these, you know, split RSIs. It's starting to come down there. That one didn't. Ooh, this is one where split RSIs didn't work out too well. That one did. But these are more split than these. That would make it a stronger bearish move with the split RSIs on your 16. Take a quick look at the 12 here. That's coming down, and they're very split. I mean, it's more split like that. So I think it, you know, in all likelihood, you should come down a bit here, unless somehow you could, I mean, even if you do continue forward, it would make sense to come down and, you know, do something like this, you know, 7, 11, 7, 11, 7, something of that nature. And 10 hour printing a red dot now. Obviously, you know, in all likelihood, based on how these high time frames look, you would continue forward. I believe my longs do have, probably will hit the next take profit. Although we are in a bad bear market, so you know, be careful. But I do think we will have a pullback here. And your 4 hour kind of neutral, few up coming up. Yeah, your lower time frames, it does look a bit more, you know, 30 minute, you know, you're coming down. You're coming into the red here, a little trigger wave on 24 minute. I'd say that is a bit more bearish. That combined with, you know, your 10 hour red dot, 6 hour red dot confirmed now is a bit more bearish, at least for the short term here. I would like to see a healthy, you would like to see more of a healthy pullback to something like this on the way up. So yeah, what I want to show you guys is, oh man, this is silver. I think we looked at it yesterday, but still, yeah, this is important. Silver SPX. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking, you know, even if it does do very well like it did, let's go way back. You know, it does do very well like in the 60s through this recession here. And these are big, you know, big. This outperformed the SPY by 27x. Ooh, that's crazy. And then it underperformed it by 94%. Oof, that was rough. And then it outperformed it by 7x, going from 02 to there. So, and then let's look at the Great Depression. Depression, you would have thought you would have had a better return. It wasn't as much as, yeah, because by time, well, you're still going down though. See, you're still going down. You haven't started the rally yet. Really, if you you know, you do the rally from say here, 300%. So I do think in the next 5 to 10 years, you could probably outperform it by anywhere from 100 to maybe 500%. Even if you do find, and the things is interesting, I know a lot of people are thinking like, yes, silver, but Bitcoin will probably still be able to outperform it. Maybe. Oops, just NDX. Right here. Silver outperformed the NASDAQ all the way, generally, all the way from by 600% until 2011. Only thing is here is look at silver compared to what was it? Apple. Let's say, I mean, it wasn't the same. It was not the, you know, see it outperformed it for a little. It generally just, you know, bled against it from, you know, that same time period. Apple, you know, obviously really did well, so it didn't work against that. Some of them it did. The one, I mean, Apple wasn't as trusted. I mean, it was really Microsoft, and it outperformed Microsoft all pretty consistently all the way here, and it outperformed it by a lot. I mean, look at 15. Yeah, so silver, it's a volatile puppy, but look right now, you know, as it looks like you're going to repeat that same thing. Look at the money flow right there, and let's actually go to let's look at silver and NASDAQ right now. Actually, just I didn't look at, you know, how it actually silver Apple, the one we looked at, but you know, see right here, in all likelihood, see right there, and then you're curving up. all likelihood, you might be able to outperform it a bit. Let's go back to silver and NDX. Because I know I know how retail thinks, and a lot of them are doubling down on the NASDAQ right now, and I just don't think that's the move. And you got your ELXs, you got that pattern, bled against it for so many years here, basically 10 years. But I think it could generally outperform it. And then what's interesting too is if you go to silver Bitcoin, let's say silver Bitcoin. This is, it's just so volatile. It's hard to get good data here. Let's actually do gold Bitcoin. Gold Bitcoin. Monthly. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe we could, gold. I want to see a chart with more data here. That might give us a little bit more data, yeah. And our monthly is curving into the green now. Not saying, it could be like against the NASDAQ, believe it or not, because gold did, I think it was close. So let's see if gold, I think silver definitely has a shot to outperform crypto. Silver could really pop unless, some unforeseen circumstances happen. But I just want to show you this, guys. I mean, I'm not advocating anybody go all in on silver, but what I would say is not financial advice, but I do have, a good, decent position in gold and silver. I think that's the next thing to pop. I mean, I think with oil right now, probably the most you're going to get is like buying, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Bitcoin when it was at, between 40 to 50K. You could get a little bit, but I think there's more, definitely a lot more in silver. So let's, what was it? What were we looking at? Yeah, I mean, was it gold? Gold NASDAQ. Yeah, gold NASDAQ. So let's look at the monthly here. Just bled all the way to 2000. Now, same deal. Look at that. Right there. Kind of this point. So if you're able to get, a couple 100%, I think you can get back to this area in a few years. This is, you're going to have to hold this for a little bit, but there is a strong argument to make. Yeah. Short term, we'll see. Short term, we'll definitely see, but it's more of a 21.7. Pumping here a little bit. Fridays are tough to trade too. Fridays, the weekends get you. I mean, it gets tough. Let's look at the chat. Okay, the pi cycle bottom. I've heard of the pi cycle top. I don't know how to find that indicator. You're gonna have to tell me. Well, Ryan, because the Fed keeps raising interest rates. We're going into a recession. Those reasons, Russia, a lot of other things, but totally, totally, it still could be the bottom. But yeah, those events, mostly the reasons why we wouldn't believe it's the bottom is mostly on fundamentals based on those events, and based on how it's been following the SPY more, which SPY looks pretty awful. I think it's pretty inevitable you come down a bit more. I mean, places to look here, I think it's going to be more like 2000 in the sense that you got to wait for two green dots in the monthly to really get a bottom here. I think you could go into you're due to go into the red here. There are some, 20-year periods. It could take a few more years, but you're due to get into the red here, and that could bring you down your classic 50% recession, drop to, I don't think you'll get, anyone who was able to get in at the wick down there is okay with the pandemic, but, these recessions bring you back 5 years. You could easily come to 230 or something. But yeah. Let's see. Let's do, SPY. This, oh yeah, Bitcoin SPY always looks kind of, it's like Bitcoin, looking at Bitcoin against the dollar. Typically just trends up against it, so yeah. That looks pretty good in the 10 hour there. Split RSIs though. Could be kind of like this, where you got one last, that's what I could see, one last FOMO wick up. I have a feeling you may get something like that. Yeah, I have a feeling you're going to get. That's the thing too. It's like, how much do you want to, you know, I mean, if you did your, that's the thing too. If you did a stop loss right above 23 here for that short, I would be losing more money if it does get stopped out, but there's a way higher probability you could come up. Going to the weekends, I just don't think we're gonna have the volume to really continue to pump up this weekend too, which, you know, that's what it is. That's always the way. So yeah, 3 minute, yeah, you're just bouncing around this area, which you would kind of expect. What I could do, I know what I could do, and almost what I want to do here with this short I have in is do one stop loss above the swing high here, and then do another one here. That'd be pretty ideal, because most likely you're not gonna, I don't think that'd be a high stop loss to go 23.3. Yeah, most likely I don't. I mean, you could potentially go up that high, but I'm not really seeing, especially, you know, 6 hour, you look at these RSIs here, you know, as you're starting to curve down, you know, theoretically this marked the top there. I would say, you know, we're above this spiral line right now. We're kind of like bouncing around in it, so I could just be being a drama queen. You know, there may not be much to worry about in terms of the short, but yeah, you could be just completely fine. Just got to be patient. So yeah. Yeah, the market always finds a way to, you know, bore you, to, you know, do whatever it, you know, it will take what it can. It'll take what it can. But the thing is, even if this gets stopped out, these will definitely make up for it. Oh, Pi cycle, Bitcoin bottom. Hey, what's up, a cool? Reversal from the same point, 22.5K. So you think, okay, so yeah, I got a stop loss. Yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. Cool. Like, I would have this guy on the live stream to like show us some stuff. So you think a stop loss at like 22.6, where I have it right now, is good? But yeah, I'm doing well, man. Pi cycle, Bitcoin bottom. Is it this? I don't. You'd probably have to. I mean, that was October 19. Oh, okay. Is this? No, that wasn't the bot. That can't be it. Is it this? No. Oh, it's an indicator. Oh. Oh, okay. Pi cycle bot. Oh, all right. It's not showing us any. Pi cycle bottom. Wait, is it flashing right now? That was January. Okay. Guys, it's not flashing anything right now. I mean, we're not even I mean, what time frame do I have to? What did he say? Yeah, well, we're not getting the flash just yet. And we went through it there. Oh, is it where it crosses? Is that what it's been? Let me go on a log. Hold on. It's on the weekly, I guess. Come on. Oh, okay. So it's probably when it crosses, red crosses. And oh, I see where you're talking about. I see what you're saying here. Oh man. Maybe. I mean, yeah. I mean, you would say diminished returns and diminished losses in this cycle by a lot, but 75% down, 17K. That was CryptoFace's worst case scenario. Just maybe. That'd be crazy if it is. I don't know though. I couldn't. We have a lot of unforeseen circumstances here. So it's that. It could probably, if we continue upward, I feel like it would take longer for these to cross kind of, so it could kind of delay it, and then it would take another month or two to get that indication, so that would be interesting. What did the Pi Cycle Bitcoin, the top, was this, okay. Yeah, the Pi Cycle top was right there, that got it right. I remember that. I remember people talking about that too. I mean, it kind of got it right almost. I mean, this was a little bit higher, but yeah, I mean, at that point, it wasn't really. Did it get? Wow, okay. How about? Okay, so this was like two different. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's right to a certain extent. I feel like it's due to be wrong. It's always with these big indications, it's always whatever, because the masses did not think this was the top here. Some people got it right, like CryptoFace, some people got it right. I don't think he sold at the exact, I mean, he sold a lot, I think don't quote me, I don't know exactly, but I believe it was in the 50s. But yeah, this really got it right at the top there, although I don't know, probably for it to really confirm here, you probably would have had to wait till maybe next, I don't know, 50 something. Yeah, it's very interesting. The thing too is, like, I feel like a lot of people are shorting right now, which makes sense. I mean, there's enough confirmations here to like kind of give you an argument for that, but yeah, I mean, definitely could go either way. Okay, it's going to cross over this month. Okay, Pi Cycle top and Pi Cycle bottom. I haven't looked at the Pi Cycle, but that is a really good one to look at. Guys, smash the like button. By the way, guys, we're doing a promo with BITGET. It's a new sponsor of this channel. It's a really great exchange. I've been trading on it. I've already moved an account from 4,900 to 5,100 in a couple days, a couple trades here. And yeah, first 100 people to sign up, link in the description below. It's the first link in the description below. You only have to deposit $2,000 and do a few other things. It's really simple though. Only takes 20 seconds to sign up, so do it. And I think it's a better promo than a lot of other things, because you can get the 4,000, that full amount deposit bonus, but you have to deposit a lot for that. But you get $140 if you deposit $2,000. So check that out. Link in description below. It's a really great exchange. Been liking it a lot. Really easy to flash close. All these things. The fees are not bad. You could even do reversals if you change your mind. You want to go the opposite way. Don't do that. But easy to do multiple stop losses too, if that's your thing. I do that occasionally, so that's really big too. It is a really great exchange. I don't partner with just anybody, so it is really good. Been using that almost exclusively now. And yeah, if you look at funding fees kind of on ETH, it's -1. So it is indicative of a little bit more of a short squeeze. But I do think if you leave some wiggle room is what I'm thinking, because there could be some wicks up here. and then you're gonna get a local top soon. What's my boy a cool saying here? Dude's a great point for DCing in shorts. Keep your leverage or just ride the trend. Yeah, the thing with that is like DCing. I mean, you gotta like predetermine how much you gotta be careful DCing. You know, with anything, you got to be careful because so many people have tried to DCA longs on the way up or the way down and got just completely destroyed and blew out their entire account. So you got to be careful with that. You need to predetermine how much you're going to lose if it doesn't go the way you want it to go. But yeah, says Bitcoin, that's Ethereum. People have been talking about Matic. I haven't looked at it in a little bit. Possible like shorting it. With a long, I kind of showed you guys on one of the streams possibility that hit a first take profit. Probably would be to take more profits now would be a very strong, strong area. Also, what's interesting here is you do not have split RSIs on this, which is pretty interesting. However, yeah, this almost seems like I keep going a little bit more. I don't know. It's interesting. Definitely popped up a lot. It's a strong project. So yeah. Getting some green Heikens right there. See what happens. Cardano. Or no, Kraken. That's the one we use for this one. Here we got some split RSIs. Yeah, split RSIs curving downward. Kind of like that. So I do think that's why I'm, giving the short a shot here. I do think you could come down a bit more. I really do, but yeah. Perfect double bottom entry, 41. What are you talking? I don't know what you're talking about, Dave. What coin? How's the Dixie doing? Finally starting to come down a teeny weeny bit. Obviously the Fed wants to keep this strong for now, so more announcements coming. I don't think we hit a top yet. I think it could go a little bit higher, 112. Maybe even a bit more than that. 112 is a good area. The thing with the pi cycle bottom too is like I would wait till that prints, you know what I mean, to really, because we got to pump right here. Like you got time. It's unlikely it's just gonna 2023 is probably gonna be a big accumulation year. You got some time, you know what I mean. You got plenty of time to get into Bitcoin, and then 6 months or a year from now, you got time to get into alts. You got plenty of time, guys. Plenty of time. It's almost like cycle short in theory for Bitcoin, where it's kind of just acting a little bit more like the S&P 500 and just trending up over time a lot, which is interesting. This is agonizing to watch, just so sideways right now. Nothing is happening. And that's normally, you get your big move up and then you go trend sideways for a bit. So that's normally what goes down here. Split RSIs. Could be kind of like, that one. Then that would, one more wick, one more pump up to 23 or something. Curving down, the VWAP's here. That's the thing too, the VWAP has been above the zero line for a while, but I mean, you get to your weekends, weird stuff goes on. 6 hour, that confirms in a half hour. How's your 7? Kind of the same thing, yeah, that confirms in 3 hours. We will see. We will see what happens here. Alright, guys. Yeah, a little bit of a boring Friday. Enjoy your summer. Have a good one. Have a fun time. Bouncing around. It's just bouncing around it. Four ELXs. Tesla. Yeah. Last time we were like this, came down a bit more. I think we will come down a bit more here. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Guys, again, check out my link to BitGet right here. Check out this link. For the first 100 signups, let me put the link in the chat box as well, $140. And you got a few more slots open with this. I think it'll, this promo will end pretty soon. So check that out. And let's see. Only have to deposit $2,000, get a $140 bonus. It's a really good exchange. Been using it exclusively now. BITGET. And let's see. Market Cipher, link in the description below with my discount code. My exclusive Discord, some of my trade entries, take profit, stop losses, exclusive TA. Even if you're not somebody who's going to follow along with the trades, which I wouldn't suggest you follow along with anybody's trades without doing your own research and financial advice. There is a lot of good insight on long-term investing there. Exclusive TA, get a lot out of it. I think it's worth it for that matter. So check that out. Let's see. Also, my trading course has helped out a lot of people. Link in description below. A lot of people have really liked that. And that should be it. If you want to do a one-on-one session with me, link in description below. So yeah, guys, hope you have an amazing day. God bless you all. Goodbye.